This is for European history for Friday, the 16th of April, 2021. What we're about to start in class, and I will pause the video video recording for you at home when we do that, is we're going to see an extended excerpt from a movie called The Way Back. The Way Back is a movie made in recent times about several prisoners at a Soviet gulag. The word gulag is a vocabulary word, G-U-L-A-G, and it is a Soviet labor camp, slave labor camp. And it is where most people who get captured by the Soviet NKVD go. Details of life in the gulag reached the West in only fragmentary ways. Lots of people in the West who were sympathetic to the Soviet didn't want to hear it, and people had difficulty imagining it, at least before World War II. After World War II, the concept of a totalitarian government having concentration camps to gather potential victims, labor camps to work victims to death, and death camps to kill them was a lot easier to swallow, because, American, British, and Soviet forces overran the German concentration, labor, and death camps, and the Japanese prisoner of war camps at the end of World War II. But unlike those camps, which stopped operation in 1945, the Soviet Gulag system is still operating today. It's less extensive than it was under the Soviet Union. But today, Vladimir Putin will still gulag people if he doesn't think they're quite worthy of irradiating. The gulags became known in the West when a dissident author named Alexander Solzhenitsyn had a manuscript published in the West called the Gulag Archipelago. Archipelago is a word for an island chain, and it refers to the many gulags scattered like islands in the Pacific across Siberia in specific and the Soviet Union in general. It's not quite as efficient as a German death camp, and it's not designed to quickly kill. It is the absolute equivalent of a German labor camp, but with Russian characteristics. And the intent is to work you to death. This is the story of a few men who were sentenced between the beginning of World War II and the end of World War II to be gulagged. What might surprise you is that these men are not just from Russia or the Soviet republics under Russia, but also from other places around the world. It is, I think, a very accurate depiction, although it goes easy on some of the violence and gore. And if you have a chance, I think you should see the movie in its totality. What I am not going to show you is where the movie starts, with a Polish officer captured when the Soviets invade eastern Poland in conjunction with Hitler to start World War II. Germans invaded Poland, which began the war, but a few weeks later the Soviets completed the job by invading eastern Poland in cooperation with their Nazi allies. Yep, communists in Russia and the Nazis started World War II by teaming up to divide Eastern Europe up. And Poland was the first victim. And this officer experienced his wife, whose will had been broken by them, denouncing him and betraying him. So now he is the main character that's going to the Gulag. If I can, and if it's available on YouTube, I will post this video for those of you at home. I recommend that you have to see those sections and the timestamps I suggest, but the entire movie is a good movie as well. Thank you.